So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we've been Hare Krishna. So we're looking at the Bhakti-Lata-Bija, and we saw how the seed of bhakti is planted through our faith, and then that grows. That faith grows through watering of the plant, the seed, and the watering is done through sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha is associating with devotees. When we meet with devotees, talk with devotees, and associate with devotees, it really helps us a lot to advance in our bhakti. And then we start doing bhakti to the Lord, singing His holy name, and many other things we will be able to do. And in due course of time, our bhakti improves, and we then have to be a little careful of these weeds that grow alongside that plant of bhakti. Remove those weeds, and then we can go towards the stage of nishtha. Nishtha means very fixed. Yes, Naniban.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, at the stage of anartha nivrutti, when these bad things all start coming out, like false ego and pride, do we realize that, or we have to keep that in mind that this can happen?
Yes, you're right. It's very hard for us, perhaps, to see it in ourselves, but others will notice it. Okay. And hopefully they are our good friends, and they will tell us, "Oh, you said this, and it didn't come out right. It sounded very wrong." Or our good friends will tell us that this little bit of pride is coming there. So, and the best friend is Guru. The Guru will smash the pride. But other devotees as well, they can come and guide us that this you have to be careful. We will not be able to handle that guidance so well, perhaps, because the ego we have to be very careful of. But we can pray to the Lord that please guide me so that I can get rid of the weeds. So because we won't be able to see them, it's so hard. We always think we are right, and this is part of our our problem in this world. We can't take good advice sometimes. Well-meaning people, it's very important to surround ourselves with those who don't just agree with us, but who disagree with us, who can tell us to our face that this is a problem. It's a little hard to digest, but they are our real friends. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Bhavin. You must be muted.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You just now mentioned about we can't take good advice. Is that what you said?
It's a little hard to swallow good advice. Somebody tells us you are perhaps not completely on the right path. For us, it's a little hard to swallow. આપણે કહો કે ને કે આપણે જે કરીએ છીએ એ બરોબર નથી, આપણને ગમશે નહીં.
Oh yes, yes.
Because ego ni lidhe, So, but those are the best friends. Those who are willing to say to us, this is બરોબર નથી. That's our best friend.
પણ ઈ આપણે સારા માટે કહે ને.
સારા માટે જેના પાસે ઓલું શું કહેવાય envy ને શું કહેવાય ગુજરાતીમાં સ્વાર્થ
knowledge
હા jealousy જે આપણા ઉપર jealous ના હોય ને
જે એને ઈ મિત્ર ભાવેથી જ કે આપણને
yes
like friend પણ કે આપણે ખોટું ના લાગે
હિતેચ્છુ
That's right. That's right. So those are the people we surround ourselves, Okay, not those who are just, yes. They can lead us on the wrong path. But those who are willing to stick their neck out for us, very important to have people like that around us. Very, very important. Because they can.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Because I have one friend like that, many friends, but one especially, Trikalagya, he will guide, he will tell, okay, this is, maybe try to do it in this direction rather than that direction. This is very good to have that guidance.
Prabhuji, can I ask, Anartha Nivrati, you go to in a Gujarati word instead of this?
Anartha Nivriti. જે આપણે ભક્તિમાં જે આડા આવે ને.
Okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, some words I couldn't understand, then I couldn't understand the theory.
Barabar.
Okay. Thank you.
That's correct. Good. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Really good. Really good. So once we pass this anartha nivriti, which is not easy to pass, it can take lifetimes to pass this, literally lifetimes. But we have to pass it in order to come to nishtha. Nishtha is where we're very strong, fixed. Nothing can stop us from doing bhakti. And then we get the taste. Nothing can stop us from doing the bhakti because of our faith. But now we come to ruchi. It's not just faith. It's delicious. It's so pleasurable to do bhajan. It is so nice. If I don't go to bhajan, then I really feel I am missing something. When I am in bhajan, it is so wonderful. So this is a very nice place to be. I am nowhere near it. I have to tell you that. But I know in theory, this is a very nice place to be. Yes, Naniva.
Is it only bhajan or is it something like includes things like reading or listening?
Oh, yes, reading, definite. No, bhajan includes reading, includes pravachan, includes arti, hanji. Yes, you're right. Very good, very good. Bhajan includes all of the you're doing seva, and you feel, this is so, Lord is so kind. And I actually do feel that, like schools, when I go to the schools or the schools come to a mandir and we have the opportunity to talk to them, we could do that for hours and hours every day, no problem. So I have the taste for that, but I don't have taste for other things. But at least one thing there is, I really enjoy very much. So that I'm very thankful to God.
I don't have taste for bhajan because one is I don't know many, and other things I can't sing that well. So I haven't got taste for bhajan. But if somebody's singing them nicely, then I'm interested. But personally, I don't know many bhajans anyway.
Yeah, but it's not limited to just bhajan. Huh?
Yes, okay.
It's much more wider. Because everybody has a little different, taste for spiritual life. And Krishna accommodates every taste. This is the beauty of Krishna. So, some people like to read, some people like to speak, some people like to sing. So Krishna will accommodate all of that, within bhajan. So taste dependent on external excellence, taste not dependent on excellence. So this is a question of how are we capable? Are we? We might not be capable, like you were saying. I can't do bhajan. I can't sing very nicely. It doesn't matter. Krishna won't look at how you're externally singing. He will look at your internal. What is your internal mood? Because some people can sing very nicely, but they will only hear their voice. They won't hear the holy name. They won't hear the bhajan. They become proud that I am such a great singer. That is a problem. Or somebody talks very nicely. You can, talk so nicely. You will listening to yourself. But actually, are you listening? Because if you're listening, then you will change. Because when you're talking, actually, we should understand this is Paramatma speaking. And if we are not changing by the talks that we are doing, then there's an issue. And I'm beginning to realize that more and more. As I'm talking to the children, I'm realizing, actually, I'm talking to myself, because I have to make that change. I have to make that improvement in myself. So slowly, it's going inside that what I'm telling the children, I have to put into practice in my life and change my consciousness. So this is very good. I'm happy. I'm finally getting to understand that. So that's ruchi, where we have taste. And then ashakta is attachment to Krishna. Ashakta is can't live without Krishna, can't function without Krishna. Have to chant his holy names, have to have his darshan, have to preach about Krishna, have to share Krishna with others. And that is very, very pleasurable for the Atma, for the soul. Because we now finally in connection with Paramatma or with Sri Krishna. From Ashakta, Bhav is where we can head towards. And Bhav is basically a great emotion which is transcendental in nature. Bhav is where you have a automatic connection with Krishna. Who reached this stage was Jad Bharat. No, Maharaj Bharat in the Bhagavad Puran. There's a story of a king who gave up his kingdom and went to the forest, and he came to the stage of Bhav. So his emotions were all connected with Krishna. A natural connection. He didn't have to force himself to do bhajan. It just naturally, he had a bhav for it. However, he became somewhat attached to a deer because he saved the life of a baby deer, and he became attached to that deer. And at the end of his life, he remembered that deer, and he became a deer in his next life. But because he had reached this position of bhav, Krishna very kindly gave him knowledge of his previous life. And he realized, oh no, I made a mistake. I became attached to the deer. Even though I had come to the stage of bhav, which is very close to full Krishna prema, full prema bhakti. But Krishna very kindly allowed him to remember. So in his life as a deer, he stayed around the sages. He just took prasad from the sages. He heard the katha of the sages. And the sages would say, oh, what a nice deer. Haran ketlo fine che. Amara pase જ રહીએ છે. When he died as a deer, he became Jad Bharat, born in a family of Brahmins. Very intelligent, but he acted like a fool because he again remembered his life as Maharaj Bharat, as the deer. But this time he said, I'm not making any mistake. This time I'm going to act foolish, I'm going to act dumb and deaf. And I'm just going to focus on the Lord. And in that life, he achieved full prema bhakti, the full fruit of the devotional plant manifested in his heart. And that's where we want to end up. This is our aim. We have to aim for the highest. We want this prema bhakti. We want this pure love of Krishna to manifest in our heart. In this life, we don't want to leave it for another life because we don't know what can happen. This is our opportunity. This is our moment to really grasp this opportunity and make this resolve in front of Krishna, with Krishna, that, my dear Lord, I want to completely dedicate my heart, my everything to you in this life. And I will do it. I will do it immediately. I will give you now. Let me just remember you. Let me just, please, always be focused on your lotus feet, on your seva, on helping your devotees, doing everything I can, sacrificing everything I have for you. And that, with our mind, body, intelligence, heart, is where we want to be. And within prema, there are 5 levels. There's Shantaras, Dasyaras, servant of the Lord, Sakyaras, friend of the Lord, Vatsalyaras, parent of the Lord, Madhuryaras, lover of the Lord. So wherever we are situated within our heart, wherever we want to serve the Lord in the best capacity, He will allow that. And it will come naturally. It is not something that we can artificially manufacture. This will come, this will be revealed by the Supreme Lord as we advance in our Krishna consciousness, slowly but steadily. But that resolve is very important. My dear Lord, I want to be placed at your lotus feet. And I want to be there in a very sincere and humble mood, as close to you as you will allow to me to be. Please, within this very life, I want to just give everything to you, because I don't know what will happen in the next life. I don't want to take the chance. In the next life, what will I remember at the end of this life? I don't know. So let me give everything now. Yes, Nanivan.
Yes, I heard in one of the lectures that reach the prema stage, that's usually by that time you reach the end of your life. And that is when this prema stage gets exhibited. And then that will be it. One of the lectures I heard.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, we just don't know when we will leave the body. This is the problem. This world is so unpredictable. You know, at any moment, something can happen which can just change everything. This is the problem. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That it will slowly manifest itself as we're passing through middle age to old age. But then how do we know we will get to old age? You know? Do you know what I mean, Nanivan?
Yeah. I know. But those who are reaching the bhava stage, then to reach prema stage, I think it's quite a difficult, long step ahead. And those who are, whatever age they are, if they reach prema, that is the culmination point. And we don't realize which devotees have reached the prema stage. We don't realize that. External. No. So, but
they never reveal themselves.
End stage. It's usually when end stage, and they usually pass away after that.
Yes. And the thing is, yes, prema bhakti, he says here. Hang on, let's read number. Yeah. Prema bhakti is capable of attracting Krishna. So this, when our mood is that humble, sincere mood, that attracts Krishna, you know. Liberation seems trifling. It doesn't matter whether I am back with Krishna or I'm here. It doesn't matter. All I know is I am fully with the Lord, wherever it is, here or there. It's most rarely obtained, as you said. Very, very right. This is very, very rare. But it's very possible by the mercy of Guru, Gauranga, and Govinda. It is very, very, very possible. We should not think that this is not for me. This is not possible. I will not achieve it. No. We have to have a very, very positive mood. Yes, I want this. We have to have that greed, you know. That greed has to be very intense. That intense greed for prema bhakti, that, my dear Lord, I don't want you to leave me without this prema bhakti. It's almost like a demand. It's like not in a nasty way, but in a very pleading manner, begging. We become the beggar of the Lord. If you don't give me, then what hope is there for me? How will I ever attain your lotus feet? You know my situation. You know how fallen I am. And you have come as Chaitanya and Nityananda to give prema to the most fallen. And I am in that category. So I expect, with all humility, your merciful glance upon me. These prayers are very, very important. If you notice, when devotees pray, they will always glorify the Lord first in many different ways. Lord Brahma, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, they all glorify the Lord. And after the glorification of the Lord, they will come to their heart's desire, what they want. And invariably, their mood will be Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. They want to worship Govindam. They want that prema bhakti. And they're not shy in asking, please, my dear Lord. Like Dhruv Maharaj, Narayan just appeared for a moment and he left. He disappeared. And he was constantly praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, you came in front of me for such a short time. Let me be close to you. Let me be close to you. So this is very important. Very, very important. Prema Bhakti is imbued with the condensed superlative pleasure. Yeah.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna?
it stays there on the right that Bhava Bhakti makes even liberation seem trifling.
Yes, yes.
Liberation and prema, do you think it can be compared?
No comparison. Liberation means nothing to the one who's achieved prema bhakti. Liberation means nothing. Liberation is for those who want to escape from material life, birth and death. They want to get out of this world because they're fed up of this world. But that is not the point of prema. Prema is, this world, who cares? It's all Krishna's.
Yes.
It all belongs to the Lord. It's all part of the spiritual energy of the Lord. Whether I'm here or whether I'm there, doesn't matter. For the prema bhakti devotee, it doesn't matter.
And
He's already liberated.
And person who is liberated, he must be at a particularly level.
Yes.
Level, than us level, than where we are very bottom. But one who is liberated, can he be still into the Krishna consciousness and attain to the prema?
If he's become liberated, yes. The Lord will allow that facility even in the spiritual world. Correct. Yes. Until you go back to your original position. So liberation may not take you to your original position. It'll take you perhaps to the spiritual world. But you still may not have found your original, what you were doing before coming to this world. So Krishna will give that facility to the devotee to attain his constitutional position, where he's meant to be. Liberation will take him that direction, definitely take him that direction.
Okay.
And one who is liberated, where does he stand in this? He's beyond Nat Nivritti. He's beyond Nat Nivritti. And he's probably in this unshakable resolve. He may not have the taste completely, but he has this unshakable resolve. I want to be out of this world. I don't want to be here anymore. But yet the taste for bhajan may not have fructified completely yet. But he's liberated. He's liberated. With Bharat Maharaj, although he already received that, Krishna wanted him to go right to the highest level, to the Prema Bhakti. He could have gone back to the spiritual world at the level of Bhav, because that is as good, pretty much as good as Prema, almost there. Just a little bit short. But because he remembered the deer at the end of his life, Krishna gave him that boon that you remember your past life. Past 2 lives. And then he achieved. Yes, Naniman.
I find liberation concept hard to understand. So can we have a session on liberation?
Yeah, we can.
Please.
Yes.
It's very confusing for me.
We could do. Yes, we can. And essentially, liberation is even those who do not accept the personal form of the Lord, they accept the impersonal form of the Lord. That person can also attain liberation, but that liberation is like the merging with the Brahma Jyoti. So it's out of this world, in the spiritual world, but not quite on any of the planets of the spiritual world, in the Brahma Jyoti. So liberation has many different facets to it. There's the liberation where you're out of this world, but not quite on the planet of the spiritual, of the Supreme Lord. You're in the effulgence of the Lord, the Brahma Jyoti, the sunshine of the Lord, basically. And then there's the other aspect where you are liberated, but you're out of this material world. You know God has a form. You're not necessarily attached to any particular form. So that's that type of liberation. The Lord will give that person, that soul, the facility to get his real identity in the spiritual world. But he hasn't yet found his Ishtadev. But he's out of this world. He's out of this world because he understands that there is a world beyond this world, and there are many different, forms of the Lord. He just hasn't yet found his Ishtadev, not yet. Krishna will not neglect that soul. He will take him to the spiritual world, and there this person will make progress. And how he will make progress, that is between him and the Lord. I have not heard beyond this point how the Lord will assist that devotee. That I haven't heard. Does that make sense, Naniman?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
But we can talk more about this liberation. Basically, it means you're out of this world, out of this bondage. Moksha. You got moksha. You're out of this world. You're out of this cycle of birth and death. And that's good, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
Okay, we'll discuss it more sometime. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else? Anything else? So very quick summary. We can do a very, very quick.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
Quickly, I just want to mention you one thing that Mataji said about singing. Is when we are singing or when we are doing any bhajan, we are not singing for anybody else.
Correct.
We are singing for God.
Excellent.
And God is, Krishna is only looking at your bhav.
Very
that
good.
that which is coming from inside you, and you are only singing for God. So who is around you, don't think about that. That's what I would like to say about the bhav. That does that mean all right, bhav?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
It's a great connection with the God,
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Thank
It's
you.
like I can't really sing very well, but the other day it was so funny. I was in the school and I was singing before the children came into assembly, and while they were coming into this house, so I was singing for about 5, maybe 7 minutes. And when I stopped, they all started applauding, and I just had to laugh. And I told them, normally when I sing, people leave the room, but you've applauded me.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
No, it was so funny. It was so hilarious. But anyway.
Anyway, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So, very quick summary. So we have the seed which is planted, the seed of bhakti is planted within our heart. We have to water it. And the best water is sadhu sang, going to the devotees and getting their association. Then we get a chance to go to the temple, do bhajana kriya in the mandir even outside, but mandir is very good for bhajana kriya. And then we find maybe some pride may come out because bhakti is very powerful, gives so much benefit. So sometimes, some things, unwanted things come, we clear those unwanted things. And then we can go to the stage of nishtha, which is very steady. We become steady in the way we operate. Our determination is very strong. Nobody's going to sway me from becoming a devotee of God. And then we get this taste. It's so nice to chant. Like if I don't chant or if I don't speak about Krishna, then I'm missing something. And then we come to this ashakta with great attachment to Krishna. From attachment comes bhav. Naturally, everything we do is in connection with God. And then that will fructify in this wonderful prema bhakti, pure love of Krishna, which even Krishna becomes very attracted by. So we'd like to thank Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur for giving us this Bhakti-Lata-Bija. Sanatan Dharma ki jai.